Well, it's time now for the Athlete of the Week, and it's brought to you by Diamond Point and Sauk Center. And with us today is a Sauk Center volleyball player. This is Nicole Corton. Hi, Nicole.
Hi.
We always like to start out and tell us about your family. Who is in your family?
My mom's name is Michelle, my dad's name is Jason, and then I have a little brother, Isaac, and a little sister, Sierra.
Okay. What grades are they in?
Isaac is a 9th grader, and Sierra's a 6th grader.
Okay. And are they athletic?
My brother's not in sports, but my sister is.
Okay, real good. You know, talk about a little bit too about your family, because you get great support, I know, from both parents that they're at a lot of things. When you first started volleyball, how important is it for a mom and dad to get involved?
It's pretty important. My mom played volleyball in high school, so she just tries to give me some support along the way, and yeah.
And also taking you everywhere, right?
Yep.
But you can get around on your own right now?
Yeah.
Okay. What about the summer leading up to the season now? Now that you're a senior, what did you do during this last summer?
This last summer I played JO for Sauk Center, and I also played for Central Lakes up in Brainerd.
When did you start playing volleyball?
Probably in 4th grade, I think.
Okay, and so as you got older, stronger, can you think back to those days, and how did you get stronger? How did the game change for you through those years?
I don't know. It's just a lot of like working hard in the off season and like going to the weight room, and just, I don't know. I always play with my sister in the backyard and everything. So.
I hear more and more, especially for the female athletes, I think weight training is an important aspect of playing sports, isn't it?
Yeah.
So tell us about what do you do in the weight room? What sort of activities, the lifts that you use, and what are you doing in there?
It's a lot of like squats and then lats, and then he has like these wrist roll things where you just kind of like roll up a weight with your wrist, and it works on your wrist snap.
And so when you relate that to then playing volleyball, how does that extra strength and that sort of thing help you to play?
It helps you hit the ball a lot harder and gives you a lot more adversity all around, and you're just a lot quicker and just.
You know, I'd like to talk about hitting the volleyball, because you hit it, and you hit it as well as anybody. And what I'd like to do is show you a picture here, and this is of you hitting your kill. And I'd like to start with starting down on the bottom here, okay? First of all, you're up there, all right? And so what is your vertical jump right now?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. But do you feel that it's improved through the years?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So as you hit then, Coach always talks about your elbow. Where should your elbow be, and what are you trying to do there?
Well, your elbow should be higher than your head usually, so that you can get on top of the ball and hopefully put the ball over the block, and you can hit it down a lot harder if you're hitting it as high as you can.
Because what happens if your elbow is too low, which happens to a lot of players, and that elbow is too low, then what happens?
Then you usually hit it in the net or in the block.
Okay. And so as you come up to hit then, talk about, first of all, the cross-court shot, all right, and how you have to adjust then to go down to that left line. What are you looking for when you go cross-court?
Usually I come in at a sharper angle, and then you want to go thumb down, so you're hitting the ball this way.
Okay. Are you looking at where the blocker is when you're going up?
Yeah.
You do. And so you have to adjust it? It's going that fast?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. What about then going down the left line? Because not a lot of players can do that from that left front. How do you have to adjust yourself then?
So, well, you can either hit without turning your body, or you can hit it with turning your body. It's kind of like, if you want to hit it harder, you want to turn your body and use your abs, and then for that you want to go like thumb up. But otherwise you can just kind of like, I use my wrist snap to try to like just turn my hand and kind of like.
But do you find that you have to rotate your hips and your shoulders too to get down that way?
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you like to have the ball set?
Usually high and outside, but.
And how far off the net?
I don't know. It kind of depends. I like it off quite a bit, because then I can see the block better, but.
Because now, if it's too tight, what happens to you then?
Then you're probably going to have to tip, because you're leading it right to the block.
You know, I see too, you are doing a few more back row hitting. How has that developed for you?
I don't know. Since I started playing back row this summer, they just wanted me to start working on hitting from the back row just to give another option.
Wise their libero serves. Good pass by Arns. Up ahead, back row hit for Corton. Down and good. Well, Sauk Center with a back row hit that time by Nicole Corton. She was right on top of that one.
Could we take a second and grab a volleyball there? Because what I want to do is to show people on how you actually hit it. So if you could, as the ball comes, where is your hand placed and what do you do to hit the ball?
So usually, well, you don't want to be too far behind it, but you kind of want to have it on top a little bit more so that you can hit it down, and then you want to like roll it over so you're kind of like snapping it down.
So the snap of your wrist is really important, right?
Yeah.
Is it, you know, because I think most people think you got to have this big old swing, but it's just the combination of everything, right?
Yeah.
And so when you hit, I will say this, I've always said this about you, it sounds differently when you hit. Do you notice that at all?
A little bit.
Okay, why is that? Why does it sound different when you hit it?
It just kind of depends on where you hit the ball and if you have good contact, I guess. So you want to like hit it with a big hand and like right in the middle.
And so again, with your hand, is your hand pretty stiff? Is it pretty loose, or how do you do that?
You kind of want to keep it a little bit looser so that you have a better like motion of your hand. You don't want to keep it too rigid because then you just have like a harder contact with it.
Kept alive by Roseau, and they hit it over, blocked by Corton. Kept alive by Roseau. Hit down by Berkeley, saved by Reese Ritter. And Nicole Corton will hit it, and she will score on the kill. Corton gets it.
Now, serving. You serve this soft one, and nobody seems to be doing this. How did you develop that?
I don't know. I just started working on more of the placement of my serve, and serving short seems to like mess with people a little bit more. So
Yeah. So how do you read that? Because then once in a while you'll hit it hard, but what are you looking at to serve it soft, and what does that do to the other team?
Well, usually the coaches give me numbers of like the spots on the court, but it usually messes them up because most people know I serve short, so if I like serve a deep ball, then it might catch them off guard and make it a harder pass to make.
Well, it's effective though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you look at some of the other servers, say for example, Miranda Mindorf has really developed a very good serve,
Yeah.
and when she jump serves, she's up there too, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it something that the team works on a lot?
Yeah, we work on a lot of serving in practice and like serving to different spots and.
All right. How's the team doing these days? Okay?
Pretty good, yep.
Yeah. How have you improved throughout the course of the season, do you think, as a team?
I think we've gotten a lot better. The chemistry has definitely gotten better, and we're just kind of coming together a little bit more.
So now that you're a senior, let me ask you about school first of all. What kind of subjects interest you in school?
I like Spanish and, I don't know, math a little bit.
Okay. And as you look forward now, after this year, are you thinking about going to college?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you think you'll be playing some volleyball?
Hopefully, yep.
Yeah. Where have you been, or who have you talked to, or what are you thinking about?
Well, I've talked to Central Lakes and Morris, and then I've been up to Moorhead and Duluth. So.
As you grew up as a volleyball player, I know you've been here a lot, watching some of the older girls play. Who stands out in your mind that you used to watch and say, that's who I want to be like?
Macy Weller, I watched her a lot, and I don't know, there's a bunch of back row players and a lot of big hitters. I've always wanted to be like Macy Weller, so.
All right, well, that's a good role model too,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah, well, it's been fun watching you play, and congratulations up to this point at how you've developed your skills to play this game, and good luck if you're in college and playing. Good luck with that, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. That's Nicole Corton, and she is a Sauk Center volleyball player, and she is the Athlete of the Week here, brought to you by Diamond Point and Sauk Center on Mid-Minnesota Sports.